everybody, thanks so much for stopping by. I want to welcome you here if you're brand new to my channel. My name is Stampin' Sue Creates, also known as Susan Timchak, and I'm here to share with you another fun type of gift. Well, I guess you want to call it fabric box. This fun little fabric box that I created, not my design. I got it from a YouTube video I saw from Owl Sewing. Owl Sewing, her name was. And it kind of, the way I found it was, if you all remember, I just gave a giveaway for a mug rug. So this was one of the mug rugs that I had created. Well, actually, there's two of them here. Two of the mug rugs. We do only need to look at one. And what I was doing when I was searching for YouTube was I had these charm packs that I had gotten. And this one was a Halloween one. And what these are just 5-inch squares. And usually when you get them, they're all nice and stacked. They have a real pretty ribbon on them. And they're all coordinating fabrics, usually in the one charm pack. So you can do a variety of different things. So one of the things I learned on YouTube was how to do these fun coasters using these charm packs. And I keep finding strings everywhere. It drives me nuts. So anyhow, once I made a whole bunch of these, and I just did a giveaway, so you'll want to go back and see if you commented on that video where I showed you how to make them, to see the other video who won the giveaway. I'm like stumbling with words here. I apologize. Anyhow, back to our project. So we're using charm packs to do this. So, and here's the outcome that you'll get. So then you may be wondering, well, what do you do with that? Well, this comes untied, and this comes apart like this, okay? So what you can do, what she did actually on her video was she had a real pretty cup and saucer, little teacup and saucer. I'm just going to use for demonstration purposes my mug here, which is really too large for this. But you want to, you can put a little cup and saucer. Maybe you can make up, a little assortment of tea bags and that, stick them inside the mug, and tie this up. Now again, this mug is way too big for this. You want something more dainty like a teacup and saucer. So after you sew this and get it all assembled, you take this piece here with the ribbon, and whoops, this one here with this ribbon, and you bring them together, and you go ahead and tie yourself a bow. Now, she said you can go ahead and put a button here if you want to. You would think I would have a lot of buttons, but I don't, so I didn't. And then you just have to kind of zhoosh it up. But it's kind of a great way to give a gift that's kind of odd shaped, but small. And you can just wrap this up or put it in a bag, with the tissue paper. And I think it's really, really cute. You can leave it on your desk. Maybe you can, put some of your sewing supplies or something in here. Or, you find your own reason. Now, the way you can make this to go for different holidays is different fabric. If you don't have charm packs, go ahead and take what fabric you have and cut them into 5-inch squares, or whatever inch squares you want them to be, or just measure out. I'm not a math person, so for me the squares are much easier, but measure out and, just do it with plain old fabric. So let me show you how easy this is to do. And I am not a professional, nor do I claim to be. And let's fix this a little bit. I've been sewing for quite a few years, but no way anything professional. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do another Halloween one. And you're going to need two different, well, you can use whatever fabrics you want, but I use two different types, two different patterns is what word I'm looking for. So one of them, you're going to need 5 of them. So you're going to lay out 3 here, Make sure I get that in the video. And then 2 here. Okay. And then you're going to take 4 more. And let me think. I think if I do it, let me look at my pattern here, how I want it to go. See, you're best off if you don't have a pattern directional with your fabric. If like the candy corn, they go all over, so that won't matter. This would be a trial and error as to how they get laid out. But I'm thinking these corn ones will be this here, and these inside here. This will be my center. So I probably want them going this way. I think. Don't quote me. This way and this way. So then when it's folded up, yeah, I think that's how it will go. So you'll lay out your design. Then all you're going to do is you're going to stitch all these together. So you do right sides together and stitch. And then this one will go right sides together and stitch. So then these will all be one piece. You'll do this section, this section, this section, and then sew them all together into one piece. So let me show you what that'll look like. Through the magic of YouTube, that will look like this. Now see, this type of fabric, if you're beginning, is the perfect one to start with. I took the hard route, and I actually started with a pattern that was directional, and I had to kind of makeshift how it was going to go, but this paisley fabric, it's not going to matter which way it goes. Okay, so you're going to, once you sew them all together, then you're going to get yourself a piece of fusible fleece. The fusible makes it very easy. If you don't have fusible, use what you have. Use the fleece that you have, and then you just won't adhere it, but it'll still work out. Okay, so then you'll cut a piece of that, and I use my iron, and I iron that to it. Then you're going to need a backing fabric. Okay, so you just lay this down on another coordinating piece of fabric, and I thought this one looked pretty good. And you're going to cut out a backing fabric. Usually I would have all this ironed. I'm a big advocate of ironing as you're sewing. It just helps along the way. So you'll cut that out, okay? So then you're going to have this fabric and your backing fabric. You're going to go ahead and, where did I put them? You need 2 pieces of ribbon. Here's 1, here's 2. 2 pieces of ribbon cut at about 11.5 inches each. Okay, 11.5 inches. And what you want to do is you'll put 1 in one corner. Okay, and the other in the other corner. And this is good. They are going to get sandwiched in between. You'll take your other piece of fabric with your right sides together. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your pins, and you're going to, I have a little bit of the ribbon sticking out here just because, so I can see it. And I like to pin, so I'm big on pinning. So one side, you want to leave about a 2-inch opening. So I'm going to pin, this will be the end. So I'm going to go about here and about here. The bigger the opening, the easier it is to turn. And what I like to do is where my opening is going to be, I put 2 pins there. Because sometimes I'm sewing along, and I'm going to forget, and I'm going to sew right through that, and when I'm done, I'm going to be out of luck for being able to open it up because I've sewn the seams together. And don't laugh, it happens. So here's your other one, your other corner where your other ribbon is, and then you're just, like I said, I'm a pinaholic. You're just going to go ahead and pin all of this together. Okay. Then what you want to do is take it to your sewing machine, and you're going to sew about 1/4 inch, and the inside piece is about 1/4 inch, putting all of your squares together too. So you will start, let me see my double pins, start here, and you're going to sew all the way around, round, and come back here. So you're going to be starting here and ending here. Okay. Then when you're all done with that, what you want to do is take your pins out, and you're going to snip your corners so that we don't have the bulky corners. All right? And you're going to turn it right side out. Okay? That's easy enough, right? I think so. So once you turn it inside out, this is another one that I have, and you're going to top stitch all around. Again, you know, just a top stitch. I ran into a little trouble here because they weren't catching the two fabrics. When when you look here, they were kind of, one wasn't. So I kind of had to do a little zhooshing there, but I don't think you'll notice. Then again, don't forget to iron in between. When you turn it right side out, do a little iron. Do a press to that to press it flat. Stitch around. Then you'll have your two ribbons here. Remember, we put our ribbons. And then what you want to do is you're not going to worry anything about this center square. You're going to take this where these two fabrics meet, and again, here we go with the pinning. You're going to, what I did is I pinned this as I went along. I would pin one, stitch it, and then sew it, and then take the pins out and go to the next one. So you're going to take, here's your seam for your center and your end seam. You're going to put your seams together, making sure you're catching your backing fabric in there. And you're going to sew from here all the way to the center. And again, that could be another 1/4 of an inch. Okay, if so I don't keep repeating, everything is a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so you're going to sew on each one of those. So then this one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to sorry, I put the pin in my mouth. I shouldn't really do that. Trying to hold on to this here. So that'll be sewn. So like I said, you're just going to go each one and go all the way around. Okay, each seam on the outside. So wherever the two seams are, you're going to put those together, catching your backing fabric, and you're going to stitch. And then these two, you're going to put these two together, and you're going to stitch. And then you're going to turn around, you're going to put these two together, stitch, and work your way all the way around. And I just stabbed myself with a pin. I'm going to take them out. So when you're done, you will have, your center will be flat, and these pieces will be up just a little smidgen. Okay? So let's go back. Oops, sorry. Back to our original one. Once you have them all stitched, you'll have this type of thing. You're going to bring the other two that don't have the ribbon up to the center and do just a couple little whip stitches there, and then you're all done. Then you're just ready to flip-flop your ribbon in here and go ahead and tie your bow. If you want to put a button there in the center, you can. Now to fix the edges, I just take these inside pieces and I just zhoosh them together like that. And there you go. That's it. That's as easy as it can be. But I would recommend the first time you give this a try, don't use directional fabric. And these strings are coming from everywhere. I would stick to one that's an all-over pattern. Like this one would be a good one. It's an all-over pattern because it doesn't really matter. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. But this is a cute Halloween one. This would be great to give a little teacup and saucer, like some kind of spooky one with maybe some apple pie, pumpkin pie, spice, latte mix, or apple cider mix or something inside. And I think that would be really cute. It'd be a really great gift. Do it for Christmas with hot cocoa mix. Make your little snowman mix. You can do it for anything. Valentine's Day, you can make these, and out of Valentine fabric, and put some little chocolates in the mug. Just make sure you don't get a mug that's not like bulky, like these type, because you might want to take your little fabric box with you to the store to make sure that it fits. But just a little dainty teacup with a saucer would be perfect in here. Or if you have any kind of other gift, you can give anything in this. Just some chocolates in a decorative bag would be nice too. All right, Thanks for joining me. Go make one. Talk to you soon.